it's always weird when I'm trying to set up streaming with new games, because it's not always cooperative when I put the general game capture mode on, right?
Mm.
Like that time I tried streaming Divinity Original Sin. That was that was such a fucking hassle, because I didn't know that was a thing.
Renato plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows, she rasped, reluctantly.
I do have subtitles on though, so just in case you mute the stream.
Cards and wine.
No fucking. It isn't all.
He'd been good once.
Yo. They're just giving away legendaries. I just got legendary Zorro, which is like the best slasher in the game.
Nice.
Yo, that's awesome. And I got like a full team for him as well, like slashers.
And no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient.
And they're all maxed in the first form.
But the librarians had hidden the books.
And I think they gave me the materials to evolve my Zorro as well. So not only did I get the legend and his evolution set to get into his 6-star form, but they gave me the perfect team for a Zorro slasher team. That is awesome.
Right.
Oh, I'm so happy about that.
Oh fuck. Look for my mouse.
Oh yes. Evolve. It's the only legend I've wanted for a long time. Man's just gone and got. Oh, if I get his green shell, I can evolve him into his fucking 6-star plus form as well. Oh, you don't understand how happy I am. What is this?
I can hear that you're barely containing yourself.
Oh, but no jokes. It's pretty great of him to do this.
Yeah. I have a.
Oh.
Oh, what's this?
Watching his city burn. Sorry, kid.
What?
Renato told the kid.
Okay.
Give them the book. They'll leave you alone.
I was just literally thinking if
I promised her I'd protect you.
I can go on my, if I get my tablet on, I'll be able to do some pulls on there.
With the book, of course. So Renato had to
I might possibly be able to.
Okay. Hold. Okay, hold the right mouse button to move. Okay, that is weird. Wait, let's see if I can just use the.
Get my tablet out.
The two ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. Hey, Renato said. They cocked their heads at him.
I really like the art style of this game.
Wait, that didn't come out right.
Yeah, it does look like weirdly calming.
Oh look, my character's an edgelord. He fucking drags his sword along the ground when you attack. Alright. It's nice of them to give me big fucking prompts
A dropship
for when I need to counter. Although it's probably just for the tutorial.
The kid.
Yeah, I'd assume so.
Hold X to grab. Okay. Oh no, oh no, oh no! I almost fucking jumped off the bridge myself.
Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke. making the skyship docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate.
How did he?
Let you through. Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels. Or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere. And neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid.
I like the
hero sword. And with that,
oh, I see what's how it's called stories. So of course the narration
hand it to the
is
kid.
being told as if it was a story.
And he had guts.
Makes
Where
fucking
was
sense.
Renato going to get a hero sword?
Nice.
I bet the hero sword I'm looking for is in this glowing chest.
Ore and
Oh, okay.
wind essence? That sounds about right. I'll need a workshop though. Perfect.
Okay, selected sword. Okay.
A hero sword. QED.
QED. Okay, whatever.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook, and she'd laughed at Renato's jokes, even though he didn't know he'd made one. And then the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid. He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. How'd you get across? He asked the kid. Where'd you find a hook? I hopped, said the kid. Wise-ass kid. Hey,
Of course he's
look
a
out
bunny,
behind
so
you.
he can jump the gap.
Cute, said Renato. Ah, ravens. It was time to talk some sense into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down.
Okay.
Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. He'd done it. Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
How convenient. Yeah, skill point. Okay.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
I feel like I should be able to jump those gaps, but whatever.
And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kestrel run in 12 furlongs. Well, so the salesman had told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. Stop! He shouted. I'm not giving you the book! Shouted the kid, and took off. No! Peter! But the kid ran for it. And a goggler nailed him with its ivy.
Fucking dumbass kid.
The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, and a kid-sized pile of
Oh,
ashes.
okay, well, I've already failed in my quest.
Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Renato picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
Well, the dumbass kid
Try
got
and
what...
turn my tablet on. There it is.
Since when did you have a tablet?
Nice.
It was the big deal about this book anyway. Maybe he should open it and find out.
So many cool characters that they just released on Treasure Cruise Japan.
All that being how many?
Like new Luffy, Kainu Rayleighs, legendary Shanks. It's awesome.
Wow, the fucking music is really, really loud now. Oh, okay. So I gotta pick choices on where the story goes. I need to turn down this music or fucking turn up the fucking speech sound thing. Don't know why, but when it was during that story thing there, the music is just fucking decided to crank up to 11.
I'm assuming there's a cutscene going on.
Yeah, there was some sort of exposition dump.
That he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait.
Hello?
Hello?
Where was the prisoner? The village was empty.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Patch. Yeah.
Had everybody fled the ravens?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
I couldn't hear you for some reason. Or unless you want talking.
What the fuck is going on here? Okay. Okay. Okay, what's this fucking gems option here?
Mm.
Okay. You gauntlet has 3 sockets. Okay. Okay.
Take a leap of faith, said the inscription.
Not sure why I want to do that. This is just taking me where I want to go.
The ravens had taken the town. Renato had seen villages emptied like this. All the people taken away to be sacrificed in the Emperor's secret rituals. Renato hoped the people were just hiding. Renato's blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
Well, giving you what you want, Renato. There we go. Okay, so all these hero gates are fucking elemental, so I need to equip the right swords and shit to fucking go through them. I can't jump though, which is...
Pain in the dick.
Can't we just agree to disagree? Said Renato. No?
Also, I don't think there was a difficulty option whatsoever. So I'm basically stuck with whatever.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advanced
Is it hard?
He
No,
better get moving.
not so far.
If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to?
Smashing these boxes was like, nothing ever comes out of them, so what's the point? There was like a dialogue hint going like, oh, he needed to hit something, and I assumed I would get loot.
It's like health out of it.
No, I haven't gotten anything. Let's see, is there anything? Oh, there's a chest this way.
There was a cat in this one. And something useful.
Fuck you, cats are always useful. Okay, well, those barrels dropped health, at least. Kind of hoping for resources, though, instead of just health. Because the game's actually fairly easy, as is.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
Oh, whoops.
Renato felt a chill run down his back. Or possibly a flea.
I mean, Renato's a furry, he's gonna have fleas all over. Okay, that needs a void sword. Oh wow, yay. Fucking dropped resources.
Finally.
Renato felt ready to take on new powers.
Okay, is this gonna narrate every fucking action?
Yeah, that is kind of getting annoying.
So there seems to be like a whole bunch of paths that I can just take, but I need like
Dirty
swords
and
to go through them.
bloody,
Special
Renato
swords.
finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Bernardo recognized the card as it was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels.
The rabbit
Now,
says
I
52
got a brilliant
ducats, but the
plan
subtitles
to
is
kidnap Zenobia.
53.
We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a
Which one do you
deadly
believe, then?
sorcerer and his only daughter. That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Wait, Sky River. Oh, that makes sense.
To make the Sky Ripper, the Transcendent Emperor had wrapped an armature around the eye of a god. Bernardo had already let that armature slip away to save Lapino's life. But even its core, the eye torn from a god, surely they could fashion a great weapon from that.
I would just kidnap
core of
the
Sky
princess or
Ripper?
something, but like
Lapino's excited.
evil
That's
sorceress,
an actual
powerful
thing that we could just go
daughter,
and get.
or that thing, I just don't
He's
trust
been
that option.
busy. He sure had. Renato told him all the things he'd been up to. Soon they got to talking about old times, about wages they'd won and lost, and scrapes they'd barely got out of. It was good to be back with his friend. Renato grinned. He had a very good feeling about this.
A very good feeling. Good. Oh.
It's beautiful here, thought Renato. He was thrilled to be back with his old war buddy. He'd missed the mad rabbit, but something was not quite right.
Give me more of that all.
I love the effects on the water.
Oh, what's
Seems
this?
like it's water, but it isn't.
I'll jump down that later. Actually, I'll do that now, fuck it. Oh. Evil red looking crystals.
This chest was filled with reprints of the entire Sandman series. Reprints? God, what was the point of collecting those? Ooh, and there was something else. There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Yep, I didn't make the wrong decision coming down here.
That'll be a fun experience nonetheless.
No enemies yet. Oh, I say that.
Where did that go to?
Show me your moves.
Renato felt wrong all over. He could feel an almost palpable sickness in the air. And if the land could have tumors, they would look like these monstrous crystals. The forest was quieter than it had been. There were insects, but few birds, if you didn't count the ravens. Renato smelled sick animals and dying ones, but no healthy ones. And getting a bad feeling about this, Renato thought. Maybe Lupino was right. Maybe they should have kidnapped Zenobia instead of coming here.
I must be in some sort of miasma or some shit.
Okay, let's get this over with and we can all go home. Well, not you, just me.
Jesus, they're increasing in numbers.
Must be like a survival thing then.
So I wonder if I can... Yeah, I'm gonna go to the level up station. That's right back. Just in case. Oh, no, I can't. Never mind. What's this? These crystals are occasionally flashing.
As he held the radiant icosahedron, Renato felt queasy, like dozens of tiny worms were
Got a
nibbling
legend
his
on my first
insides.
pull.
It wasn't healthy to be so
But,
close to the
oh,
eye of
it's
the god.
the new Akainu as well.
How could he use it?
Ah,
He could take it to the observatory.
look.
The scientists there could tell him how to harness its ancient power. But honestly, Renato ached to get away from it. He brought the core back with him to the far
that is
side.
amazing.
But honestly, Renato ached to be rid of it. Tell you what, said Lupino. I'll take it to the observatory. You attack the Imperial outpost. The Imperial outpost was a vital communications node. Taking it could shatter the Empire's ability to coordinate. And it would be full of secret plans and maps and maybe even rebel prisoners. It was a good target for a hero like Renato. But what if Lupino got the core and then broke it, or lost it, or worse? Was Renato ready to take that risk? Maybe it was better if he brought the core to the scientists himself.
Do I take the risk or do I not? Fuck it, I'll take a risk.
Trust
You'll
me,
get
Renato,
rewarded for
I
it, most
won't
likely.
regret this. I'll treat the core like it was my own baby daughter. As the Farfarer dived towards the Nexus, Lupino was jumping
See,
up
I'm
and
not
down
worried.
with excitement.
I'm not so much worried about
Stop rabbiting
Lupino
around, Renato said.
losing the
Lupino just
thing.
stared at him. The
I'm just
moment the
thinking
ship
like,
landed,
oh, he's gonna hand it
Lupino
to the
leapt off
scientist,
the
and then
ship.
something shit's gonna happen. While I'm assaulting the Imperial command post or whatever.
Mm.
See, apparently this game has bad
As
ends.
Lupino vanished into the wilds of
Just
the Nexus,
fucking watch me
Renato vaguely
pick all the
remembered
right choices all the way
Lupino
through.
had a baby daughter, didn't he? And he told her mother he was going out to get some Easter eggs, and he'd never come back. But Renato was relieved not to carry the core anymore. He was already feeling better. And who
Oh,
knows, maybe this time Lupino would get it
150
right.
gems.
And if
on
Renato could take the outpost, he'd
Treasure
have
Cruise,
access
that's
to
3
all the
bullet
Empire's
balls.
communications in the sector, right? Imagine if you built a house on one
That
of
is
these
legit
things.
some like
Oh, that would be amazing.
Dokkan
It would be
level
like having a
pulls.
boat.
Still haven't ran into a workstation.
Jim Bear.
Oh no.
Who needed bridges anyway?
How many legends do you reckon I'll get? Out of 10. No, actually out of 11.
I don't know, with my luck in those kinds of games, I'd only get, say, 0. What is this?
I mean, they're all gold, so you can't complain. Nice.
Perfect. See, I don't know where the fuck I'm going, honestly.
Renato caught his breath. His joints still hurt, but he couldn't feel the poison in his system anymore.
11
He let
golds.
the armature slip out of his hands to save his friend Lapino. Of course he had to let Lapino take the core. The rebellion needed every man doing his duty. And the rabbit would be no good taking on an Imperial outpost, right?
What one legend?
Boom!
Ah, yes. Oh. Okay, well, at least I'm at workbench now. Oh, whoops.
Oh yes, I got Cat Lion Guy. Oh, he's pretty good. Herculeson.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, He-Man. Look who it is. Really quiet, bro.
Hello.
Oh, heck yeah.
Renato took the outpost with a solid
Oh, another
heart.
legend. 2 legends in a row.
Stuffing his sack with key messages from and to the fleet. One message
He's getting
caught
good,
his attention.
Alistair.
A
We played,
high
dude.
priority order
Treasure
had been
Cruise,
given by the
they've,
Emperor himself.
They've got an
to
event
locate
going on
something called
Sick.
for the 4th anniversary. And over the past 3 days, they've just been, and I think each day they've just been giving away like 50 gems. And I just downloaded an emulator on my PC to relive good old days when I just spam
The
accounts.
Emperor was diverting ravens to
remember?
search for it.
They're giving away legendary
Tried to find it
characters.
first. Then
Who's
the
giving
fire
away?
brigade
Yeah,
shorted
like
a
you
new
get a mail and
message.
you can choose from
The
like
observatory
6 or
had
7
been sacked
legends.
by ravens.
That's really cool.
Lapino,
Oh,
another
nice
scientist,
Bato.
had been taken
He's
to
a
the
pretty good
mountains.
legend.
Why?
What's this one though? It's got to be
Patch.
good.
Why?
Do you remember that glitch?
Oh,
Again.
Marco.
And now the
Where you
Empire
only
had the
get
core.
legends from
Renato
ordinary
hailed the
packs
rebel
for like
base
2
to warn
days.
them.
What's
But
that
the
on?
far speaker didn't
And
bother.
Treasure Cruise.
Was the base under attack too?
I don't. Oh, 3 legends in one pull. What is it gonna be? Oh, Doflamingo. Oh, that is
Lapino would have
that is
to
some
wait.
good luck there.
The core would have to wait. Renato had a very bad.
Because you know when you start the
Things
game
was
off,
going terribly
okay,
wrong
and
at
you
the
get to do
rebel
like
base.
the free pull at the
Its
beginning.
location was secret.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, well, I got
secrets can
a
be
legendary off
discovered.
of that, and it was Akainu, the new one. like legendary.
Wait, is Akainu turned up again?
Yeah, they're releasing him like they're just releasing like old Marineford characters.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure. Like.
Might be more fun.
Alright, so legendaries I've gotten just from this account. Bato, Marco, Doflamingo.
The ravens were killing everything in sight.
Catlion, dude. Oh wait, was that?
Dead.
No.
Maybe the secret
Jinbei and Akainu.
But there were huge burn marks on buildings. What monstrous
That is
weapons
fucking
the Empire
awesome.
using here? The core had great power.
Good start.
Had they harnessed it?
I've got to just make. I've just got to see whether my fucking my tablet wants to cooperate with me. Because if it cooperates with me, I'm able to turn it on and play Treasure Cruise on there.
Oh, Jesus.
Play Treasure Cruise. I can get the
For me?
I can get my pulls done on my account on there.
So, you know, I'm streaming a game that I just got, Gail, if you want to watch.
What game is it?
Stories, The Path of Destinies.
It's a pretty good looking game.
Fucking hell, Ronaldo. Can't smash that one fucking vase.
Ronaldo wondered what would happen if he jumped.
This
Would he be
Akainu's
rescued by an
ridiculous
emergency
though, he
platform?
boosts red and purple by 3.25 and then does a load of stuff like and it maxes out and it gets stronger the more perfects you hit, yeah.
What? Sorry,
More
is there any-
perfects you hit, the stronger the character is when he attacks.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
But he's already doing 3.25 damage, which is like just above standard for like legendary multipliers. So he's pretty good. Tablet would cooperate with me. Turned off or something. Yeah.
He could smell charred flesh and hear
There you
screams.
go.
The ruins were on fire. But the ravens had rigged up the core as some kind of burning ray. They wouldn't need to know the secret location. They were
My question is,
burning
Kenneth, have you been asleep this
everything. It was
entire
killing them
time?
too. Their black feathers
Yeah, I
lit
went
up
to
the
sleep
path.
around 6.
He would have to take the core from
Fuck,
them.
man.
It was the last thing he wanted to do.
Oh, you shouldn't be up during the day, you know?
Bet you never saw that coming.
But did you say you want to be up during the day?
Yeah.
So you thought going to sleep at 6 and then waking up at 1:30?
I sleep up.
Yeah, I've gathered.
Huh? A lever? That was new. Most people still use doorknobs.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I'm a goofy
The rebel
goober,
base seemed
yeah.
quiet. That was good. Also, it seemed to be burning. That wasn't so good. Hero wall. Hero sword. Ice wall. Ice cube.
That annoying fire hand thing. Jeez, God.
Snow, alright. Okay.
I wonder if this is like one of those short games where the length is usually from exploring the different paths.
That'd be pretty cool.
You know, there's supposed
As
to
the
be bad
last
ends, but I haven't
raven
run
fell,
into one yet.
Renato felt worse than he ever had. The core was killing him. Again.
You're a
The
bad
council members
end.
cautiously
You
came
haven't
out into the smoke.
run into you.
You saved us, croaked the
Makes
speaker.
no sense.
They would put the weaponized core deep in a cavern, she promised. Where its
What I
poison
could have
would
just
harm
said
no
was
one.
could have been hugely
They would
profound.
heal him if they could, she said.
Sorry, kind
No.
of shit.
It's a weapon now.
It's even making me
We
yawn.
need one. I'll lead the
Jesus.
charge. It will kill you, croaked the speaker. I guess it already has, Renato said. She bobbed her head gravely.
Patch, let me tell you something. You're a peddler
all
of
this
the
is over,
peculiars.
she said.
What?
I'll name our new capital city for you.
You're a peddler of the
Flew
peculiars.
towards the Imperial fleet.
And
Myriad ships
that
and
means what
disciplined
exactly?
formation, waiting
You peddle
for the
peculiar
speaker to destroy
things.
the rebellion forever. Behind him, the rebels
Okay.
were charging. If he failed, they would die. And so the final battle began.
Oh, I'm already at the final battle? Final level? Okay.
Top box on the try-in.
It's not even been an hour. This game's way too easy.
Part of the goy boy.
Everything hurt. It was unpleasant to fight this way. With each blow he struck with his sword,
Someone to
he felt
kick
weaker.
you.
Yet
There's not
each
a
time the
net you
core
could
fired,
slip through.
it got brighter.
Or at least that's
As
the
if the heat of
impression.
the burning ravens and buildings only fed its hunger. He wondered where Lupino was. Wasn't he supposed to be in the battle?
Alright, time to play the game then.
He'd been captured, hadn't he? Oh, Renato's mind was smoky.
What a new game,
Burning
Ken.
fleet.
Hmm?
He hoped this wouldn't take
Okay.
long.
Yes.
What's it? Assassin's Creed Rogue. What's
He
it?
wasn't that good. Yet.
Fallout New Vegas. What's it? What was it?
Minute.
Not only is the combat like already easy, but now I've got something helping me.
Speed texture pack.
Was it New Vegas?
I already own New Vegas, you goob.
Oh dear.
What was it?
He'd missed his old skills. He
Still got a guess?
like he was at a reunion.
Well, give me like no response. I need a warm cold here.
I'm slowly losing health with this thing, fuck. Never mind.
Someone to kick someone.
Game is just not responding. Come on, bro, you can't do this to me. Just this Sugo going on.
Renato
What
felt a
game is
little
it, this?
better.
You'll have to see. You have to guess. Whoa. I just crashed out.
Oh, that's cool.
Was it Was that game you was interested in?
I'm assuming you've already seen what I've played on Steam just now.
No.
Think of all the artisans he
Oh, I
was
should have
creating employment
downloaded
for.
this earlier today.
Truly, he was a job creator.
Download HD texture pack for fuck's sake.
What came first, the chicken or the dickhead?
Chicken. Because he was also a dickhead.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Reynardo.
What have you got following you, Alistair, in the game?
Vulpus Major.
Oh, this core thing
Lando
slowly draining my health.
Nardo. If
It
they
was
were going to
also
name a
aiding me in
capital
battle,
city
but I
after
can't get
him,
rid of it because it's a story thing.
well, he just wished he had a better name. Where was
Not
Lupino?
murder it.
He missed Lupino's bitter outbursts. Or did he? Lupino had gotten him into this mess, hadn't he? The core was a wonderful weapon. It swept fire across the fleet. Ravens exploded in its gaze, and with every heartbeat it grew brighter. He would die. But he would die every inch a hero. Spectacularly, changing history like the legendary heroes of lore. Or was it yore? No, he couldn't remember anymore.
So I'm smashing all these boxes to see if there's any health.
Getting jack shit at you.
Got a bunch there. Don't think I need it because I don't think I got hit
There was an
once
inscription.
in this level.
No spitting.
Yeah, it's making fighting a whole lot easier, this fucking orb thing.
The pretty visitors.
Now that's one big ship. I'm not going towards
Sounds
it.
like you said one big shit. And I'm like, what?
Oh, a shield enemy.
Oh, you already had 41. Oh, man, I might have enough for like at least 3 multiples.
Come on.
The loading time on this game, though.
Stop. This orb thing keeps killing enemies and I need to throw them onto the shield thing.
Reynardo fell to his knees. The Emperor's bodyguards were lined up before his ship. Fierce ravens, all. And Zenobia. She was conjuring. He could not take another step. All he could do was fire the core. The ravens, Zenobia, the ship, all burst into flames, disintegrated, and blew away.
Still haven't guessed what
So they
game
had
I've got
one,
Kane.
after all. The core grew brighter. He shielded his eyes, but
I saw
it still seared through his sleeves and through the flesh of his arm. Then he felt heat as the fire grew to consume
Like it
both
was
fleets.
intentional.
And then he felt nothing. Okay, that was weird.
Cheatsy doodle
I
tactic.
sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there. Had all
3
of his
multiples
fighting
on the
the Empire
tablet.
been nothing but a vision into the
Oh,
future.
let's see what
A
legendaries I
useful
can get.
vision if it was true. He'd learned something. The core was powerful, but dangerous if used improperly.
Oh, okay, so there's like 24 stories to go through.
Advanced graphic settings.
He made bad choices. But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice. The book's pages began to flip backwards, towards the beginning. And he realized that his adventure was just beginning. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Bernardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also,
See how many legends I
temple
get.
had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals.
1.
Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Lapino was no game changer, but could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Cool legend. Oh,
Every
nice.
child knew about the Sky Ripper. The
Got
transcendent
Legend Kizaru.
Emperor had buried its pieces
Beast.
deep. And then, this Emperor's horrific sacrifices had brought it back to the surface. Renato wasn't exactly sure how to use the legendary weapon. But surely, there must be some way to do it without provoking another catastrophe. Had he, somehow, summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep
I'll learn
places
the
of the
controls
earth?
in a bit.
It was more than Renato could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it.
Come on. Okay, so yeah, this game's definitely short, but you have like
As he
multiple
set foot in
stories
the
to go
isle,
through.
Renato could not help but
Different
feel a
choices
tinge
to
of
make.
guilt. He'd left Lapino behind. He hoped the Mad Rabbit had somehow escaped the Ravens.
And this
He-
game
they
just
hadn't
looks
eaten
beautiful.
him. If they had,
Not the one you're playing,
he
the one
hoped
I'm
they
on.
hadn't eaten him alive.
Yeah, I've seen a few gameplay clips of it. It's really nice fucking looking.
Renato never made plans that
Honestly,
required
is.
constant
Like-
vigilance. He was a
What's
This
the
is
hero.
render
without, like-
distance like?
Couldn't think too much.
What?
He just went with his
I've
gut
not
and
even looked-
hoped it all worked out.
I've not even looked through settings or anything, but
was a long shot. He'd have to
call it.
devote
This is.
himself to it
It looks this
alongside
good even
the
without like the
rescuing
HD
old
texture pack that
friends.
they released.
That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
That's pretty good.
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials.
Looks so crisp.
Thought Renato.
Better than a lot of games I've seen recently. Oh, what legend did I get? Ooh, oh, Shiraishi.
Yeah, now I'm finding all the fucking chests.
Bobs. Expected visit.
A crafting bench.
Hey, Patch, you've been doing alright
Make
then.
with it.
Yeah. The load time on this game is tragic.
Hey, Patch,
What?
would you be down for going to something this weekend? In Birmingham?
Birmingham.
Yeah.
What?
Basically, there's this Dota major, right? But I got spare tickets, and I'm not sure how much I'm actually going.
Just for the day, or like
A couple of days. We've got accommodation already.
who?
It's going to be. Remember Max and Jordan?
Also, it's basically your entire team playing.
No. It's we're watching.
Also, is it all what? Right. So, what am I gonna have to pay for exactly?
Coach.
Coach.
That's it.
Why not train?
Well, it's just we end up taking coach because it's cheaper.
I don't know because I've just got this new job and they might need me on weekends.
Alright, fair enough.
And I'm not gonna lie, I won't be able to fucking stand it.
No, this is what I'm trying to say. I'm probably not going to actually be in like
ham.
the building a lot because I'm really not interested.
And the fact that it's Birmingham and it's
Stinky.
it's a shithole. It's full of brummies.
It's alright. The town's
it's-
alright.
It's honestly not.
It's okay. I've been there a couple times.
Yeah, I've been there twice. Oh yes, legendary on my final drop. What did Patch get? Oh, Strongworld Shanks.
It's just I've got these. I got these spare tickets, right? So I thought I'd ask you.
Thanks for the offer, but
Who built this castle?
No,
I
it's not
have
you.
to.
Don't worry, don't worry. It's
I have to
alright.
kindly decline.
Alright.
The Sky Ripper could destroy anything it touched.
It's
No,
just I
it's not.
thought.
It won't be
it
my
might
cup
be.
of tea, and
The transcendent
Birmingham's
emperor
just-
fought the lost
just-
cause.
yeah,
Thousands
no.
and thousands
Birmingham,
died.
no.
The
Why-
Bernardo
why?
have been through wars.
I've been to
The only
Birmingham, like
merciful
Birmingham like
was
once
a
or
short
twice
one.
before, and it's just not.
That could come in handy in a pinch.
You're just not.
Once, he found a Superman issue #1 in mint condition in a jar he'd broken. He planned to keep breaking things until he had the whole series.
Hey Patch, so you're going to this thing on this weekend.
What?
It's in Birmingham. Just wondering if you want to go.
Just no.
The only reason I asked you is because I knew you could get the coach if you needed it. If you felt like it.
Yeah, but a coach to Birmingham is like, how long is that?
I don't know, like a couple hours.
2-3 hours, if that.
No, I'm always going to ask you if I know something. If you went time, not running out of time. I'm really grateful. Very happy. Also,
Oh, found a secret journal.
It does look pretty good.
Oh shit.
What a free shit, man.
Fuck's sake.
Oh boy.
Anyone ever tell you you have a lovely eye? No?
Can't hear what you're saying, you goober.
I spilled my fucking drink, dude.
What are you, 5?
Oh, fuck off. I've seen you spill drinks. I've seen
I mean,
you.
no,
I've seen you touch your Wally.
because I'm
in
not
public.
5.
But you like what? What fucking. You fucking late, aren't they?
I just ate food out of a pot, bro. Oh, mate, there is so much food.
So, are you made your character?
In the game,
Yeah.
you can't make your character.
Oh, okay.
You just, like, start off with, like, the base character.
Already Ronaldo knew more than he ever
Wait,
had.
so do you play as an actual like character?
Yeah, it's a pre-built character, but you
So-
just decide what you do with him.
Okay. What's his name? Is it Arnold?
I think it's like Henry or something.
Is it Chaplin? Can your character be gay?
Why would you want it to
See?
be gay in a medieval game?
That wasn't so hard.
Well, it's because the game's like, because it's not got like fantasy elements really. Obviously, the strongest form a human can be is gay. In real life.
Don't know about that.
So, you're just giving yourself an advantage, really.
Out of the castle.
I don't think you'd realise because you've never been gay. Hey, Patch, guess what?
Mhm.
My mum thought you were gay.
Yeah, I bet.
She just thought you was really mature and whatever. She said mature and
There
well
it
groomed,
was.
so she thought you were gay.
Sky Ripper's armature. The stuff that
Well, I
dreams
mean,
are made of.
I am mature and well groomed at
Engineering
times.
dreams, anyway. The device was
I
intricate.
mean, compared to you, anybody's
No
well
one
groomed.
had the skill to make a thing like it. How is it part of a weapon at all?
That's gasp of
You'd have to
truth.
ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Sky Ripper had a heart.
What's with the hate, right?
Core
I
that
ain't
had
down
come
for
to
this
rest
banter
on the
anymore.
next
I'm a
island.
serious guy.
Well,
No, I'm
there
fucking
was
fine with
another
fight.
island he could reach.
I don't do banter.
Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalion.
I'm a violent guy, you
Must be
know.
encamped there still.
And it's violent,
But
you know.
fighting Zenobia
Pines,
now,
pines.
that made no sense at all. He'd
But she
already
like baked
sacrificed
beans.
one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would
Patch.
find him.
Patch, you like baked beans?
Yeah.
Like how much?
It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get the armature. And the armature was useless by itself, only a series of coils and wheels. War demanded sacrifices, and he would make more before the end. He would have to choose the greatest good no matter how much it cost him. Zenobia. Well, he would see her sooner or later, across a battlefield or a
Like, do you like the
source
texture of
before all this
the
was
taste?
over. He was sure of that.
What's the appeal to
The
baked
power
beans?
was
for you?
in the core. Obviously, he had
Oh
to get
shit!
the core.
I failed this persuasion thing, so I need to kick this shit. Oh wait, lock
Wait,
onto
so-
your opponent, unlock, block.
Your words don't work, so you're gonna beat him up.
Oh wait,
Is there mods for that game?
I don't know. Oh, he just kicked. He just kneed me in the face.
Doubt sunk in before he was even out of sight of the Farfarer. Why had he chosen
Fucking
the
hell.
Sky Ripper? It was the sort of path he'd always avoided. The path of responsibility, of seriousness. Had he grown up? He didn't feel grown up. He'd made this decision from his
I
gut.
punched my
like he
lights out
always did.
nearly.
Somehow, he'd impulsively decided
Will you
to
die if you
stop
lose this
being
fight?
impulsive. Did that make any sense?
Oh,
If
what?
I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short.
It did actually, you pisshead.
But you died.
No. Oh no! you in the face. Ow. Haha.
Also,
Punched you in
you're a
the face.
fucking dickhead. That was just unnecessary.
I just kicked me in my groin. Oh, he's gonna kill me.
Did he grind you in your kick?
Just kick him. Fucking boot him. Ah!
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
And kick you there. You call me a cunt.
He once met a pirate captain. He used hooks to get around his ship. Oh, what was his name again?
This will be way easier to play with a controller. How do I grapple him? Fucking decked him in the chin.
There were fewer and fewer trees. There were only these huge crystalline growths. Had those been here before? He no longer heard birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest. The mice and rabbits.
I grab him.
Where had they gone? And he was getting hungry too. This was an unhealthy place to be. Of course there was a puzzle. You couldn't expect the transcendent emperor to bury a god's eye in
Punch
a
him already.
where anyone could pick it up.
These fights take so long. Fuck off. Ah!
This was a very basic puzzle.
This couldn't be
So
good for
long.
global warming.
After I'm done with you, I'm gonna punch your chicken, bro.
That's one way to rub me.
Fucking punch your chicken to death.
No, punch his eggs out.
I can't even punch chickens in the game. Fuck.
What?
Give me your fucking axe. Nah, this guy, he owes the character, well, game, he owes my dad money, but he won't pay up, so he starts fighting me. And now that I've won the fight, he just gave me a key. I can just go loot his stuff. Oh, I'm stuck behind a shelf. Oh fuck, I'm dead.
The 20-sided core made him feel physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of
10
the
minutes
dark
into the
arts,
game and I almost get
he
stuck
hadn't
behind
liked
an
what he smelled
invincible
and
shelf.
saw there. This
Why
was
can't you
like
punch
that.
the chicken?
As quick as he could, he wrangled the
I have
icosahedron into
chicken
the
punching
armature.
mechanics in the game.
Wheels began to spin.
I'm gonna steal
glow.
everything he's got, but
The
he's
sick
got
feeling
absolutely
quickly
fuck
spun
all.
away. Now he only felt sad.
Like, he's
He had lost good friends for this
He's
war
poor as
apparatus.
fuck.
He carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now he had to make his
No, I
next
mean that's
move.
probably why he's in
There was
pain.
a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this
Yeah,
really
his-
was some sort of
his wife
super
left him
weapon,
and buy a bag of
he could use it to
charcoal.
wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't,
Poor bastard.
better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus.
It's a bag
Maybe he
of
should go there
charcoal.
before he fired it. Well, of course. If you've just assembled a weapon out of legend that can exile gods from the world, you'd want to have a scientist to look at it. And even if they disagreed and he had time, you could ask Calaveras himself. Yes, the observatory would be his objective.
Yeah, I got a lot of carrots to sell you, bro. Oh, yes.
Yeah, his wife left him.
I get to keep the axe and the
Oh,
hammer as well.
fuck, starving. I've come to extort him. For all he's got left.
Basket.
My dad's a dickhead.
X haggle. Let's haggle.
Why had the parts of the Sky Ripper only surfaced now? Thousands of years after the Transcendent Emperor had dismantled
Oh, this full only
the
has
mad
yeah.
Emperor Isengrim had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods.
This.
Was that why these ancient artifacts
I
were
ale
rising out of the
first.
ground? How perfect, then, that the Sky Ripper would reappear to be his destruction. And
As a trader?
hopefully
What have you
this
got to sell,
time,
bro?
just his destruction.
What have you got? Tailor's wool. Oh, no
I'm
weapon.
sorry. Was that your shield?
This guy sells weapons. Oh, it's horseshoes and bollocks.
So what is there like a level up system in that game?
Oh, I can buy a dagger. How much gold have I got even? Oh, is it even gold? Reputation 94. Wait, sorry, what?
Does that game have how's it like getting stronger work?
I've honestly no clue, I've just gotten into it.
All you know is what you know. You know?
I'll, you'll pay 12 if I sell a lot of stuff. So like if I sell... like bread? Or bread roll?
Oh, jeez.
3 cabbages for you, bro. Cheese?
Cheese.
Oh.
A legendary weapon was exactly what the rebellion needed.
What a dagger.
They were outnumbered. The once kind emperor had become a tyrant. But his ravens stayed loyal, for he fed them his victims, and the other animals were too frightened to rebel.
Oh, I can't even
No
like
matter
put the
shuddered
dagger on my
what
hand
the
yet.
emperor was trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
To bring back the lost gods, the Black
yeah.
Harvest, the Black Sun? No. He would stop that toad, no matter what the risk.
Oh.
Where? Q.
Renato's path was clear. Let the scientists ensure the Sky Ripper was safe to use, bring it to the rebel base, and then assault the Imperial fleet for the win. I need more materials, thought Renato.
Great.
Boy, some people were just liable to explode if you...
Hey mate, do you wanna buy some onions off me?
This is me cutting an onion.
Yes. Nice, Chan. I'll have a bit of spending cash. Oh yeah, he wanted me to buy some ale. I'll get into here.
And I was just getting warmed up.
This is
he thought.
Patch cutting
Oh,
an onion.
Parkour?
Patch, why do you cut onions?
No knows.
What?
No, 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 no. Oh, fuck. There was some ore left behind. Shit.
That's so weird.
Need to buy ale for the fucking.
Why don't you make your own ale, huh?
Renato was thrilled.
For fuck's sake, I wanted to buy ale first.
Sky Ripper together right. But one toad was worried.
What's wrong?
Yeah, the Sky Ripper could tear a hole in existence itself.
I don't.
There are.
Oh no, I wanted to do one quest and then another one
Together. If the Sky Ripper
just
struck
randomly
one,
started
the hole would
while I was.
widen and widen until our whole existence fell into it. Another
Bianca,
toad
talk to me.
sighed. Irving still believes in string theory. At least
Bianca.
we'll see Calaveras. Yeah.
Bianca dead.
Said the worried toad. He knows more than anyone else has forgotten about the Transcendent Emperor. If anyone could tell him how to use this weapon safely, it would be Calaveras. It was he who had told Renato how to find it in the first place. But maybe he had to give up on using it as a weapon. Maybe he had to go to the secret rebel base and ask the generals there what he could do with a weapon that he dared not use.
One way or another, there had to be a safe way to use it.
Well, he should have known he'd have to consult Calaveras again. The scientists at the observatory were smart enough. But what did they know of the Transcendent Emperor? He hoped it wouldn't delay him too long.
Ooh,
The rebels had
Bianca.
scheduled the final battle soon. Every day they
Shut up,
delayed
man.
risked the exposure of the secret base. And some soldiers were already drifting back to their
Oh,
homes and families.
Bianca.
Calaveras would fix the Sky Ripper for
Now
them.
I'm gonna go throw
And then
some fucking
he would
manure
win
on
the
a whitewash.
final battle.
Here, bro. Man's got to go talk to his. Who am I talking to? To you, the other guy, third guy.
Maybe it was the cold. But after a few steps, Renato's optimism started to slump.
What if Calaveras couldn't help? Did Renato dare use the Sky Ripper? Oh, he hated that he had chosen this path. It was so much simpler to rescue friends and attack enemies, even if some of those friends were more trouble than his own.
It's
Some of
the
those
big
enemies
pile
would
of
be
doo-doo.
friends before and might be
You're
lovers
a big
after.
Call of Duty.
No, okay, it wasn't.
Your mum's a big
wasn't
pile of
that
doo-doo.
No,
Yeah.
physics made his
your
brain
fucking
hurt.
dick's a big
That,
Call of Duty.
at least he was sure of.
Ah, quickly. Come on, boys, let's go throw a poo-poo.
It was time to make a new sword.
Oh? I can make
Oh.
a sword now.
Come on, let's punch somebody. I just fucking need me in the face. Ah, Deutsch. Ha.
It was good to practice your moves, thought Renato.
Oh.
Keeps you limber.
Oh, see.
Just go on a leisurely stroll around the fucking.
Hey, Patch.
What?
What do you call a Patrick when he lays 3 eggs?
I don't know.
A hat trick.
Hey, I'm
Pretty shit one,
Firefox,
not gonna lie.
thought Renato.
Thank you. Exactly what I was going for.
Don't quit your day job, right? it say to me? Oh, I'd love it there. Fucking sprint my ass off. Ooh, she's selling cabbages.
Come over here.
I'm discovered the trader.
Get over here.
Get over here.
You are.
God, doing that fucked up my throat more than I... Seriously, I have the flu. And that really fucked it up.
Oh man, it's just a massive
Wait, you
pile
have
of
the
water
flu?
here. I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
have
clean
the flu.
myself.
Like actual flu.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude, you should get that checked out.
Why are these goons like?
It seems to just be a yearly thing, honestly,
Tried to
for me.
focus on the now.
Yeah, but flu is
The
bad.
ravens who seemed
Like,
everywhere all the
flu ain't
time.
your cold, dude.
Where did they
You need
hatch from? Were there giant raven?
I won't be
hatches
satisfied
somewhere?
until I've infected my
Did they
entire
have
family.
families? Oof, he didn't want to think about raven mummies raising their darling raven chicks. Yeah, Calvaris would help. He would make Renato feel better about using the Sky Ripper. And then Renato wouldn't have to worry about ravens ever again.
Have you been watching me play the game, Kane, by the way?
Oh no, I've been fishing.
Renato's paws were getting numb. Calaveras really didn't want company, did he?
Woo! Sword fight lessons. Let's fuck some people up. Oh, should we go find Bianca? Ah.
If they didn't have their things broken, they really ought to make them stronger.
Oh, excuse you.
I was just about to say that, but something else was going to come. Yeah, pardon me. Ah! Oh, mate, there are sheep scissors.
I just want to smash the ore, Jesus.
Oh, punch a sheep.
Renato had been focusing all his energies on the Sky Ripper. If Calaveras could not fix it, he'd be out of options. He would have to assault the Imperial fleet empty-handed.
Ah, Paco. Paco.
I can't.
I'm on top of the building. So you watch when I get a bow and arrow in this game. I'm gonna shoot all the animals.
A bonar.
What?
A
Bow and arrow. A boner, you freak. Yes, I'm gonna smack him with a sword.
Why?
Calaveras had never let him down.
Yeah, of course I can make it work better.
But when Renato explained about the strings, Calaveras grew thoughtful.
Right.
Oh, strings, you say? Well, the Arcana do speak of the ties that bind the world.
He drew many intricate symbols in the dirt.
Yeah, so, according to my calculations, each time you fire, I'm afraid there's a 1 in 128 chance you'll destroy the universe.
That's pretty good odds. That's like rolling, what, 21 dice and they all come up 6. What are the odds of that?
What? No! It's more like 2.716s in a row.
Anyway, with those odds, it won't happen if I use it just once, Renato
Yeah.
said. Although he wasn't sure that was entirely right.
Yeah, no, that's not right. Each time you use it... Okay, look, just don't use it ever. All right, I guess. As he sailed towards the fleet,
I become an
Renata could see the dropships of the rebels coming out of the clouds.
Because this is an RPG, and that's what you do.
The big battle. They could not afford to lose this one.
What if it didn't go well?
I used to be an
What if he
adventurer
had used
like
the
you.
Sky Ripper? Could he
Then
risk the
this meme
entire
got out of hand.
universe and the throw of a dice?
Decided to retire.
On the other hand, what were the odds of rolling 21? Or was it 2.71? 6s in a row. He had a feeling they were
Jawohl.
surprisingly good. That is, bad. Anyway, the odds were big. His brain was hurting again.
This is actually quite a fun game. I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, Teresa. Does look pretty nice. Oh, me mum's just sewing.
The battle was not going spectacularly well. What had the rebels been thinking? They'd been thinking he would bring the Sky Ripper, or the Iblis Stone, or that he'd sideline Zenobia somehow, or turn her. Couldn't he use the Sky Ripper just once? After all, if chances were 1 in 128, that meant he'd for sure be okay the first time. They'd get worse each time he used it, but the first time would be okay, right? He wasn't sure that it was right. So he didn't fire the Sky Ripper. He just brought it along, in case. If only he had a portal onto the Emperor's ship, this would be a short war.
Oh,
Oh no, I need to escape now. I've been attacked. Jon Snow. Right to Talmberg. Get the pony. Oh, can I pick up this rose? This poppy. Pick up the poppy.
At home, he'd wave his
Pick up
sword
my
around
poppies.
for hours.
Nice. What's this? Oh, we're being attacked, son. All I've got is my fisties to defend myself with. Yeah. Can't I actually get my sword out and attack? W and shift is gallop.
Definitely easier to fight inanimate.
Fucking hell, the controls for this are... Ah, he's fucking attacking me! Ah, get... No, I don't wanna... Ah! I fucking died. Why? No, the little village that I'm in got invaded, and I didn't see like there were a bad guy popping up behind me. And even though I've got a sword, for some reason I'm not allowed to use the fucking sword.
Powers, ready to blossom. Someone had told him the odds didn't change just because you'd had a streak of good luck.
It's fucking
His gut
gooby of him.
That was wrong though, and he always listened to his gut.
I
On
can't.
the other hand, 120.
I guess me pissing about picking poppies is
he'd destroy the universe.
something I shouldn't do.
That seemed a bit serious. Maybe he could defeat the Emperor without firing.
Where did that
Sky Ripper.
fucking goon
Maybe
come
he could
from
bluff,
though?
but with a real weapon. Like in cards, when you had 3 knaves, but you pretended you had a fizzbin. That could work. Renato wondered idly if people who had built these poles had really, really long tentacles.
Renato.
Cardo.
Renato is the name of the character in this game.
Oh fuck! Get on my horse, get on my horse. Get it.
Cardo.
Oh, mount his X.
Wow! That hurt!
Game saved. Oh. I remember this spot. Clips I've seen. What are you doing right now, Kane?
Fishing.
A very clever engineer named Elon Muskrat had got
I'm a fisher.
platforms. Not many people knew that.
Oh, I just got fucking...
Fucking Elon Muskrat. Okay. I wonder who that's supposed to fucking reference. Oh, a new enemy, right?
Oh fuck, they're right on my ass. Ah! Been shot in the back and the foot. Run, mate. Fucking run! Like a lot of people chasing me. Man's bleeding. Don't get in my way, I'm riding a horse. You'll get trampled.
He set up the Sky Ripper and let it warm up. He would bluff if he had to. Zenobia came out, flanked by a very daunting platoon of ravens. You won't actually use that, she said in that annoying, I know everything because I'm a cat and you know nothing because you're just a fox voice she had. Or,
Horse, you've got like a third stamina left.
Because there's a real chance
They're right behind us.
No,
Oh,
first time I
I'm gonna
used
get
it.
fucking
The odds
shanked.
are too low. What?
I'm stuck.
No? Yeah, sure.
I'm
The first
stuck.
time, the odds are practically
I'm
nothing.
fucking
The only go up
stuck.
if I use it a bunch more
I'm
times.
gonna
No,
die.
that's
My
not
horse
how
has just
odds
trapped
work.
itself.
Didn't you pay
Ah.
attention in class? Now surrender.
I'm
Or
so
use
close
it.
to death.
Just once, he said.
Because my horse
Don't.
is a fucking
Felt
idiot.
sure the odds were with him.
Oh, look, the castle is right there.
Go with his gut. That's what heroes do.
What
Fire.
happened?
I got stuck between a rock and a horse.
Please, the Sky Ripper fired. With a tremendous whoosh, the Emperor's flagship went up in flames. It was awesome. Then he noticed
A rock and a
there
horse
was
place.
a hole in the air. A blackness, like a tear in a parchment. Wind was blowing into it, widening it. It grew larger, and even larger. Crates fell upwards into it, and the world itself seemed bent, like the reflection on a curved mirror, as it poured into the ravenous hole. Ah, 1 in 128. What are the odds?
It's the Hungarians.
And then everything fell into the hole.
Not a
It was gone.
Hungarian.
Renato stared at the book. He was still alive. Again. And still only flying away from burning Ubar. Had he lived that adventure? Or only dreamt it? Had he really died? It felt so real,
It's a
not
lot
like
of,
a
like,
dream at all.
Cutscenes
And he'd lost
in that
again.
game you're playing all this stuff.
He hated that.
What?
But
There's a lot of
he had
cutscenes in
made
that game you're
different
playing.
choices.
Yeah,
And he'd lost
most
it
of
a
these are to
different
do with
way.
choices, though.
It was the book, wasn't it?
Has a
Oracles showed you your destiny. But this was
Anybody
showing him
here?
different ways he could die miserably. Thanks a bunch, book, he thought. But these were destinies that he did not have to fulfill. And he hadn't learned anything new this time. He'd done the same thing twice, yet expected a different outcome.
Okay.
But that meant there must be a destiny where he survived and won, right? Otherwise, what was the point? And with that, the book's pages fluttered back once more to the beginning, and the clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base.
Can't skip
They needed
these.
a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Bernardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Reynardo. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Lapino was no game changer, but could Reynardo really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
It's not
Every
show
child
back.
knew about the Sky Ripper. The transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces deep. And then, this Emperor's horrific sacrifices had brought it back to the surface. Reynardo wasn't exactly sure how to use the legendary weapon. But surely,
Oh man, I'm
there
gonna
must be
steal
some
all
way
of
to do
your
it without
food.
provoking another
Got
catastrophe.
lentil mash,
Had
bread,
he somehow
cheese,
summoned the
duck.
long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the earth? It was more than Reynardo could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it.
that wine? Oh, fuck, I'm intoxicated.
As he set foot on the island, Reynardo could not help but feel a tinge of guilt. He'd left Lapino behind. He hoped the Mad Rabbit had somehow escaped the Ravens. He hoped they hadn't eaten him. If they had, he hoped they hadn't eaten him alive. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Reynardo never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
Ooh.
If he ever had a castle, he was going to hide his stuff better.
Storage. Private area. Sorry. Very sorry. Where's this shady looking goon? Close that.
Come on.
Hey, the people who had built this castle, did they even know what monstrous weapon lay hidden within their walls? The Sky Ripper could destroy anything it touched, or so the legend said. As the Transcendent Emperor had fought the Lost Gods, thousands of thousands had died. But Renato had been through wars. The only merciful war was a short one.
He smelled burnt fur. His.
No one could beat Renato at hot potato.
Suffering. Piece of piss. Thank you.
A puzzle. Renato loved puzzles. Except when he couldn't figure them out. On the other hand, if there was a puzzle, it was probably meant to keep people away from something good.
Yeah, this game's like really easy though. Like I have like no fucking trouble getting through.
Sweet! A gem. All he needed now was a workbench, and he could slot it into his gauntlet.
Gotta be a way to make it
Had to
harder.
be a way to use the Sky Ripper without causing a catastrophe. Why?
Maybe there's no difficulty selection.
Maybe it's always dangerous, he imagines Zenobia saying. Always the
Where
voice
the
of
fuck am I
reason,
going?
one. Well,
Going up. Oh.
there had to be a way to use the Sky Ripper because not being able to use it was boring. So there.
As I'm going. Can't see shit in this rain.
There it was.
Can't shit see in this
Sky
room.
Rippers.
I honestly can't see shit. It's like in the middle of the night and they want
Engineers' dreams, anyway.
Oh,
The device
berries.
was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Sky Ripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions.
she must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him. It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get the armature. And the armature was useless by itself, only a series of coils and wheels. War demanded sacrifices, and he would make more before the end.
The main character's
he would have to choose
old
the
friends.
good, no matter how
And I've
much it
just
cost
sacrificed him like
Zenobia.
twice in a row.
Well, he would see her sooner or
Sacrificed him how?
across a battlefield or a sword.
Well, sacrificed him as in I made a decision not to rescue him and pick up something
the
else
power
instead.
was in the core.
How's he
Obviously,
still alive?
he had to get the core.
Huh?
How's he even still alive?
Who?
Lapino.
No, Lapino isn't alive.
Oh.
I said I chose not to rescue him and did something else instead.
You said you did it twice in a row though.
Yeah, because the way the game works is that it's actually, the story's pretty short, but there are multiple routes that you can go through.
Doubt sunk in before he was even out of sight.
And when you
of the
complete
fog
one
there.
route, you go right back to the,
Why had he chosen
just after the
Sky
prologue.
River? It was the sort of path he'd always avoided. The path of responsibility, of seriousness. Had he grown up? He didn't feel grown up. He'd made this decision from his gut, like
I
he
do
always
wish-
did. Somehow,
Like,
he'd
if you heard
impulsively
these
decided to
parts of the
stop
dialogue
being
before,
impulsive.
like,
Did that
you
make
can
any
just
sense?
fucking mute it, at least.
Renato wondered if his future self had commissioned these poles. Ice walls only let you through if they knew you were cool.
Fucking ice walls only let you through if they knew you were cool.
He was more and more extraordinary.
Oh, now I have the ice sword. I wonder if I can go back now. Oh, fuck, I guess not. What? That's bull. Oh, no wonder why my stamina was recharging.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Fucking Ronaldo.
There were fewer and fewer trees. There were only these huge crystalline growths. Had those been here before? He no longer heard birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest. The mice and rabbits. Where had they gone? And he was getting hungry too. This was an unhealthy place to be. As for the game, well, he could take
Also,
her
the puzzles in this game
or
suck.
leave her. Sorry.
That really sounds like you're having much fun.
No, I am having fun. Just saying, well, the puzzles sucking are good because A, it means I can actually solve them. Because I suck at puzzles. And the combat being easy isn't really that much of a downside for me. Since it's fun regardless. Oh, fuck off, grasshopper.
Hopper of grass.
The 20-sided core made him feel physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark art, and he hadn't liked what he smelt and saw there. This felt like that. As quick as he could, he wrangled the icosahedron into the armature. The wheels began to spin, then glow. The sick feeling quickly spun away. Now he only felt sad. He had lost good friends
Oh,
for
fuck,
this
we're
war
being attacked.
apparatus. He carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now, he had to make his next move. There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super weapon, he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it. Well, of course. If you've just assembled a weapon out of legend that can exile gods from the world, you'd want to have a scientist or two
unskippable
look at it.
cutscenes though.
And even if they disagreed and he had time, you could ask Calaveras himself. Yes, the observatory would be his objective. Why had the parts of the Sky Ripper only surfaced now, thousands of years after the transcendent...
Oh, we can press B to skip. Okay, that's cool.
Imagine getting a horse up in one of these things. It would be cursing a blue streak.
Hey. What is This Is America, and why is everyone buying off?
No idea. I hadn't really listened to it myself.
Is it because it's a good song, or is it like preachy?
Everyone seems to like it,
Mother wasn't watching.
but that doesn't mean it's not preachy.
But is that why people like it? Because it's preachy?
No idea, because I haven't listened to it.
Okay. This is Russia. This is England.
Sharp? Check. Pointy? Check. Flexible? Check. What else do you need in a sword?
Boom.
Oh, what does the fox say? Asked one raven. Another one called back, "Oh, I'm dying!" And they both laughed hysterically.
I want to see what's funny about that. Dumb ravens.
Don't look down, he thought.
Drippy has been broken. I have no idea what you said, Emperor, but I'm gonna fucking end it. Oof.
A legendary weapon was exactly what the rebellion needed. They were outnumbered. The once kind emperor had become a tyrant.
Come on.
Oh, a sec.
The Nexus Observatory had the Empire's most renowned scientists, working by themselves without interference.
Bottenberger. Bottom come become.
There was a sign. Take the goat across first.
Oh, it's shit down there as well.
Owie. Owie.
What?
Keep getting hit by fireballs.
Caught one, Raven. Eat the rebel! Caught another.
Oh, okay.
Fuck off. Fucking pea-brain.
Nice. Come on, ready.
Huh. I need to get some armor.
Renato was thrilled.
Can I
The
just
scientists
jump
seemed
the
to think
fucking
he
side
put the
here
Sky
and like
Ripper
it?
together right. But one Toad was worried.
Yeah, the Sky Ripper could tear a hole in existence itself. There are invisible strings that tie the universe together. If Sky Ripper cut one, the hole would widen and widen until our whole existence fell into it.
Another Toad sighed.
Oh man, I got Nutrigram pass.
Thing theory. At least go see Calaveras.
Yeah, said the worried Toad.
He knows more than anyone else has forgotten about the Transcendent Emperor.
If anyone could tell him how to use this weapon safely, it would be Calaveras. It was he who had told Renato how to find it in the first place. But maybe he had to give up on using it as a weapon. Maybe he had to go to the secret rebel base and ask the generals there what he could do with a weapon that he dared not
Before you lose
use.
your temper, you
One
just
way or
wanders
another,
away anyway.
there had to
Fucking
be a
goon.
safe way to use it.
Oh man, please tell me I can take one. Let me out, let me out.
Okay.
Oh, can't even. Ah.
On the way to the ruins of the city of Ubar, Renato had plenty of time to ponder what the Toads had said. Strings and holes and something called anti-stuff. Well, he didn't understand any of it, but it made him nervous. Renato would hear one metaphor and decide the Sky Ripper was safe, and then another, and worry it was catastrophically dangerous. If it could destroy the entire world, nothing was worth risking that. But if it couldn't, Then not using it would be an act of cowardice.
Fucking.
Of course, it could be catastrophically dangerous. Renato knew that. But maybe it wasn't always. He would bring the Sky Ripper to the council. Wiser heads would know what to do.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm going.
The truth was, if it wasn't safe, then it was dangerous. They couldn't use it. He'd
What,
found the
these
Sky Ripper.
goons just fucking...
He should have rescued his friend
Way off.
Lupino. Oh, he should have confronted Zenobia. He had nothing but his sword. But maybe the council would have an idea? Once, Bernardo had opened a chest, and a Jack-in-the-Box jumped out. Jack-in-the-Boxes, they gave him the Wiggins.
Neato.
I think this is yours. The ruins. Why were so many ravens scouring the ruins? Had someone betrayed the secret base? Well, they really needed to redecorate anyway. Renato thought about how he could have used the Sky Ripper to assault the Imperial outpost on the Nexus. He shuddered. That could have gone very wrong. Renato felt like he was ready to learn new things. Thank goodness he didn't have to go to school for that.
Chests of losers.
Fucking hell! Where the fuck did he come from?
Renato felt bad for littering, but these islands were short on trash cans.
Of course, it's him. Oh my god. Am I supposed to complete?
He felt like Tarzan.
Till night time.
Now, how would Ray not know who the fuck Tarzan is?
What's there?
Can't delay it, no time to lose. Can delay. Can't fucking...
Where are we going, eh?
A raven cawed, "There
No,
he
I'm not, bro.
is!" And they ran away.
Sorry,
calling.
I'm not talking to you.
They knew he had the cord, didn't they?
I'm just attempting
They
to do
were
this,
afraid
but
of
every
it.
time I fucking...
Little did they know, he couldn't use it.
Wait. If they didn't know he couldn't use it...
Yes. A sword can be powerful without ever being drawn from its scabbard. There was an inscription. Praise the sun.
Uh-huh.
God, the fucking Dark Souls memes in this game.
Hide behind a building somewhere. I can put on this stolen armor. Where's my fucking body gone? Wait, what? Came with pants?
These things could really use a hand.
Ah, fuck this.
The long stairs.
Oh shit. I need to
So
find
he
a
was
horse
close
now.
to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
Oh,
Where Renato went next, we cannot find. Yet.
All
What is-
around here.
Ah, fuck. Hey, beat. take out the annoying thing.
Where was the cake? He'd been promised cake.
Calm down, love. It's only a commercial. Need to find a fucking horse. There's a pig there.
Where's that thingy? Where is it?
Wait, fisherman. Nah.
For once, he didn't have anything clever to say. So he died.
Ah, you bastard. Oh, fuck it.
Bye-bye, life, he thought. Hello, emptiness.
Who's this goon? Alehouse, man. Nobody can do shit in this place. What the hell? I see a natural name. Ah, get him away! Bacon. What?
Wow, they're really hitting right. Really hard.
Oh, why do they
Surprising.
insist on just standing in the doorways? Bunch of fucking goobers. Alright, so there's pigs here. There's got to be like a stable somewhere. Horses is promising. Parkour! Alright, I'm currently just stuck in water.
The rock felt hot in his hand. He could feel its secret power.
Fucking. Whoa, that was a pretty long jump. Has to be a step.
Oh look, a secret entrance.
Renato barely made it to the hideout when he was shoved into a meeting room. He laid out his plan. They were shocked. Bluff the Emperor with an unusable weapon? Yeah, it's brilliant, laughed Renato. He keeps sending ravens, none of them come back. How do you know it's my sword?
I suppose there's no harm if it fails. Take the Sky Ripper into a firing position,
Croaked the speaker.
I shall attempt to hail him by far, Speaker.
It was a huge bluff. Renato had no cards to play. Just a weapon that could maybe destroy everything he hated and everything he loved. Could he be sure it wouldn't work? No, of course not. Of course the Emperor couldn't be sure it wouldn't work, and he must believe in ancient weapons if he hoped to bring back the lost gods, right?
Ugh. Final level again, boys.
What terms could he offer Isengrim III? Now, he would have to step down, obviously.
And accept the rebellion? Was that asking too much? Maybe Renato would ask him to make Zenobia Empress. Yeah, his daughter, after all. She would never sacrifice innocent kittens and puppies to bring back the lost gods. No. Renato had to seem confident. Overconfident, even. Like he was sure he could blow up the Emperor's ship to hell. I mean, who believes a cautious bluff? Once you try it, you're hooked.
Oh, this game can fuck right off with its puns.
Oh, it's really expensive.
Oh. Perfect.
Don't look down, he told himself. Don't look down.
Go.
God.
It's a fucking moth in my room, man. Fucking go away.
Who that in my house?
This could be the new aerobics craze. Am I right?
So you tell me you're pretty much gonna complete the game
Fighting
like
to place
in
a
this
weapon
city?
he could not use.
No,
But he
definitely
could
not.
end the war tonight with
Because the game,
just a threat.
the way it works, is
So
probably
much
going to
more
be
humane than
in
destroying a
practice
ship
like
or
really
an
long.
entire fleet. And then
But
we'll
you can
destroy
complete the
Sky
story
Ripper in
within
case some
like
other adventurer
just
was
under an
tempted.
hour. But there's
You
like
never knew about some of these other foxes.
25 versions of
Soon,
the
it
stories,
would
if
all
I
be over.
remember correctly. Again, I'd have to complete the game again to just figure that out.
Who's this? Huntsman. Why? Anybody sell me a fucking horse or let me steal one? Please tell me the huntsman's got a pony.
Bam! Welcome to Earth. Renato told the corpses. It was something he'd seen in a play once.
Fuck off.
Honestly, this game would be great for speedrunners.
Where do I find just some horses? There's no stables around here. Combat trader.
He set up the Sky Ripper and let it warm up. Zenobia came out, flanked by a whole platoon of ravens. I know you, Renato. You won't actually use that, she said. I know what the scientist told you. That it would totally blow up your fleet. You're reckless, Renato. Bold. Dashing. Brave. Devil-may-care. Wild. Impulsive. Hasty. Rash. Sometimes even a little harebrained. A bit feckless, even. You just don't think things through. Oh, get to your point, woman. You're not crazy. How do you know I didn't go crazy? Demanded Renato, doing his very best to look crazy. Well, go ahead then. Press the trigger. Oh, damn her. She'd seen through him again. She never fell for his bluffs. This was the moment to do something brilliant. To come up with exactly the right thing to say, to make a heroic move. That's what heroes do. Oh, but he couldn't think of anything that wasn't obviously stupid. He was too shocked to move. Her ravens came and seized the sky. He stared as they pushed it over the side into the abyss. Hey! Oh, I fought really hard to get that. It should never have come back. And he had to admit she was right. She had always been right. It was one of the frustrating things about her. Years later, as he rotted to his death in an Imperial prison cell, Renato was still trying to come up with something clever and heroic that he could have done in that last moment. But he never could. And just like that, he was alive again, and back on the Farfarer, still fleeing burning Ubar. The book was still open before him. So, the book was a portal. It took you to the future, when your destinies would branch. He had failed and died 3 times, and he hadn't learned anything new this time. He'd done the same thing twice, yet expected a different outcome. But he was starting to feel like he was getting the hang of this. There was a way through to victory. He could feel it. He just had to keep running the path of destinies. With that, the book fluttered back to the beginning, and he fell into it. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it would go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. On the other hand,
oh mate, my
his
dude's
old
covered
friend
in muck.
Lapino needed rescuing. Lapino was no game changer, but could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Sky River's Guide to the Galaxy.
Every child knew about the Sky Ripper. The transcend...
I forgot Krusty River.
Oh, nice, I could skip it this time, Jesus. Having to watch the same unskippable cutscenes over and over again would be really annoying, though.
As he set foot on the island,
But I can skip,
Renato could not help
which is
but
nice.
feel a tinge of guilt. He'd left Lapino behind. He hoped the Mad Rabbit had somehow escaped the Ravens. He hoped they hadn't eaten him. If they had,
Optional, get a horse. I
he
don't
hoped
even
they
know how
hadn't
the fuck
eaten
to
him
get a
alive.
horse though.
Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Renato never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
Oof.
This sword from the mystical East could make time itself slow for you.
Nice. Now I have all the blades.
Boy, if looks could kill. Ah, the road less traveled, thought Renato. How intriguing.
Oopsie.
Objective failed, get a horse. Quest completed.
There had to be a way to use the Sky Ripper without causing a catastrophe. Why? Maybe it's always dangerous, he imagined Zenobia saying. Always the voice of reason, that one. Well, there had to be a way to use the Sky Ripper, because not being able to use it was boring. So there. Renato was looking for a big chest. Wait, that didn't sound right.
Ha ha ha. Titty joke.
Don't tell me I have to fight somebody.
This jewel was more than sparkly. It had arcane power and an engraving. To Cindy?
Ah, okay.
Ah, killed you, you bastard.
Nice.
This dude had a pretzel on him. This Brian. Gee. has a value. Oh, mate, yeah. Hell yeah.
Didn't your mother tell you it's rude to stare? Snapped Renato, a little smug.
Man had a carrot and dried fruit on him. There's just a massive pile of horse poop.
You know, that game isn't going to be very forgiving, just so you're aware.
This one?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy it either way. Am I even on the right path? I am. Oh. Charcoal burner didn't even have any charcoal on him. Oh, they
Probably
hung
because he
somebody.
burnt it all.
No, there's charcoal everywhere around him. It's just can't really pick it up.
Firewalls only let you through if they think you're hot enough.
It's just a person hanging from.
Only a little bit better.
Poor people. I ain't gonna see if anybody survive.
Okay. Fuck.
Why would you just carry an onion and a carrot on you when you're fleeing for your life?
Oh, fuck off.
Everything hurt,
Fuck off you.
and then it didn't. In this chest, there were woodcuts of amazing, beautiful vixens with no clothes at all. And something more useful.
Fucking pretzel and a carrot. Oh, I hope Bianca made it out alive. And then the other chick. Oh, no.
There it was. Sky Ripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Sky Ripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him. It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get the armature. And the armature was useless by itself, only a series of coils. doubt sunk in before he was even out of sight of the Farfarer. Why had he chosen the Sky River? It was the sort of path he'd always avoided.
I had the horses.
A path of responsibility, of seriousness. Had he grown up? He didn't feel grown up. He'd made this decision from his gut, like he always did. Somehow, he'd impulsively decided to stop being impulsive.
Yes, she
Did
did.
that make any sense? Had the Transcendent Emperor actually called his weapon the Sky River? Seemed a bit grandiose, didn't it? There was a pleasant breeze coming through that door. Had it been closed before?
Kenny's still in the call.
I'm not sure. I have OBS open, so I can't tell when people actually join or leave.
Ken, are you still there?
Knowing him, if he is in the call, he's fucking falling asleep.
Well, he's just woken up. Either that or he's just left. No, it says he's still here.
Hmm.
In the fuck am I supposed to back into the fucking castle?
Oh, bugger off.
That fucking pillager. I'm gonna kill him.
This stone was incredibly valuable. Renato could sense it. Also, it still had its price tag.
Go and have on him. Yeah, go you bandit. Yeah.
Ravens didn't smell any better dead, Renato thought.
Okay.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Oh, go check out the tavern.
He was sort of yanking his own chain, wasn't he? You almost never saw wild gogglers together like this. The toads had to train them not to peck each other to death. So these had to be imperial gogglers. That meant ravens were up ahead.
Man, Bianca's dead.
How could you let that happen?
Well, I was told to run to the next village to warn them.
Should have died a pirate, he thought.
That was fun. Let's do this again sometime.
Hell yeah.
There are fewer and fewer trees. There are only these huge crystalline growths.
Oh, what do you know? I'm just looting my own parents.
He no longer heard birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest, the mice and rabbits. Where had they gone? And he was getting hungry too. This was an unhealthy place to be.
Oh, it's within the vicinity. Find a shovel.
Renato hoped the other end of this portal wasn't suspended over the abyss.
Where the fuck am I supposed to find a shovel? Oh, they burnt the castle to the fucking ground. Jesus. And it's blocked off. Of course it is.
The thing about puzzles was, once you solved one, you knew how to solve it again. Puzzles had no, what was the word? Replayability? Renato wondered if you could design a puzzle that would be different every time you played with it. Wouldn't that be fun?
Howie.
Here, dug back in game, but I don't know where he's coming from.
I should go, he thought.
I mean, the dogs are in here.
Renato had been in boat crashes that were more fun.
The fuck? Oh.
The 20-sided core made him feel physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark arts and he hadn't liked, he carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now, he had to make his next move. There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super weapon, he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it. Renato had never been much of a student. At Swordfu School, he'd never read the books, just looked at the pictures. And Zenobia. But weapons he understood. His gut told him that the Sky Ripper would work great. He would use it to take out the Imperial outpost. And what's the worst that could happen? The thing wouldn't work, and then he'd take it to the scientists, right? Renato actually could think of a few things that were worse. But he would make sure they didn't happen this time. Right? Exactly.
So you're making all the bad choices this time on purpose. Just so I can get out all the stories. See if I can actually 100% this.
As he set out down the path, Renato wondered why the parts of the Sky Ripper had only surfaced now, thousands of years after the Transcendent Emperor had discarded it. This Emperor, Isengrim III, had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods. Perhaps that was bringing up lost artifacts. How perfect, then, that the Sky Ripper would reappear to be his destruction. And, hopefully this time, just his destruction. It was a bit windy up here. He hadn't noticed that path before.
Oh.
Once, Renato had been to a dungeon where all the chests were locked. It was awful.
Yes.
He was tired. Renato had never met a weapon without a trigger or a handle. How did this thing work? Smashing things was fun. The Sky Ripper was making a whining noise now, and its wheels were spinning so fast he could no longer see them.
Renato had a thought. Please? He asked. The Sky Ripper began to glow. Boom! The outpost burst into flame.
Ravens flapped out screaming, wings on fire. The base was his. The far speaker toad came hopping out. "Renato!" it croaked, sounding like a toad version of Zenobia. "Don't use the Sky Ripper. It will destroy the world." "Yeah, sure it will," cracked Renato. "Pull the other one." "If you don't trust me, go see Calaveras." That sounded sensible. Why did she always have to sound sensible all the time? Oh, it was infuriating.
Of course she would say that. He was supposed to hurry and bring the Sky Ripper to the council so the rebels could actually win the war. But what if she was right?
Damn it.
The fuck?
Zenobia was so frustrating. If she couldn't get you with magic, she'd get you with reason and caution and sensible arguments. Of course, Calaveras, he might not know the latest scientific theories with evidence and all, but Renato preferred the knowledge in the old books anyway. What they said felt true, and that's what's important. You should be careful.
I don't think it is.
She'd probably guess he'd come here. That meant she'd probably set an ambush for him.
Renato landed on the island, expecting Zenobia's ambush at any moment.
God, after all these years, she still drove him crazy. Or, unless they were part of the ambush, the obvious reasons he was meant to see to take his mind off the ones he wouldn't see. There did seem to be a lot of ravens around here. Renato wondered what he could make with all this ore and essence. Oh, right. Probably a sword. Zenobia's ambush never materialized. Could she be sincere? Calaveras was a great scholar. Renato doubted even Zenobia could convince him to say something he didn't believe. And if he was working for the Empire, he'd never have told Renato about the Sky Ripper in the first place. Well, he would listen to the wise old toad. But that didn't mean he had to agree.
Renato wondered if it wasn't cheaper to build bridges and stairs.
Come on now.
What was really fun was hooking yourself onto a moving ship.
These cutscenes are amazing.
Ugh. There's a route somewhere here, but I can't.
why. Why did he listen to Zenobia? She was the enemy. Of course she didn't want him to use his shiny new weapon. The thing was, though, she was appallingly honest. I mean, she wouldn't lie even to an enemy. At least she'd never lied to him. So if she said he had to see Calaveras, it probably was a good idea to see him. Ugh, it was infuriating. Renato, smash!
Oh shit.
Fucking hell, I just realised what time it is.
Yeah, it's quite late for you, isn't it?
Calaveras
Pretty much around
examined
the time
the
I'll be
sky
going to
ripper
bed.
eagerly.
What?
Oh, my.
How often does a new relic surface?
He brushed off Zenobia's warning.
I'll just do this cutscene and then I'll be getting off.
He did know a few ways to make the weapon even more precise and more powerful, and quickly went off to tinker. Soon the Sky Ripper no longer whined, but thrummed like a hummingbird taking off. It was ready for war.
And so, Renato thanked Calaveras and took the legendary weapon to the final battle. But where were the other rebel ships? Had something happened?
He could defeat the Imperial fleet with a Sky Ripper, but he couldn't govern. He was not cut out to be emperor, and he'd no desire to be one.
Ooh. Where is the fleet?
You delirious desolator.
There were a few rebel ships here and there, but there was no organization to the battle. Where was the Council flagship? Something had gone terribly wrong.
But he had the Sky Ripper, and the Ravens had nowhere they could hide. The mysterious sword from the east made you so fast you could catch a fly with your chopsticks. If that's what you really want.
Neato.
The Council speaker was on the deck, bleeding. Why was she even here? They found our base, she croaked. The Council, all dead. We must surrender. No, we can still win this, said Renato. I have the Sky Ripper. He would be a real hero and save the day, even when all appeared to be lost.
You're a good boy,
said the speaker, and then she died.
What a useless fucking councilwoman.
That was awesome!
sweet pancakes. They're in a pile and you grab them one by one. Yeah, call, bro. Nom, 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 nom. What's up here?
Oh, this really didn't have much in the way of safety features, did it? He fired the Sky Ripper. With a tremendous whoosh, the Emperor's flagship went up in flames. And for good measure, he placed a beam around it, setting all the other nearby Imperial ships on fire too. And he watched them burn. See? He could use the Sky Ripper safely. The few remaining rebels gave a cheer. And then they stopped cheering. There was a hole in the air. A blackness, like a tear in a parchment. Wind was blowing into it, widening it. It grew larger. Crates were falling off ship decks, upwards into the hole. And the world itself seemed bent, like the reflection on a curved mirror as it poured into the ravenous hole. He guessed that somewhere behind that ever-widening hole were gods that had long been exiled. But it didn't really matter. Time was done for here, and soon it was. And he hadn't learned anything new this time. He'd done the same thing twice, yet expected a different outcome. There would be a way to win. Renato could feel it. He'd have to explore choices he'd never made before he could figure it all out, though. And with that, the book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again. And he fell. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Lapino was no game changer, but could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Fuck, now I need to take a break there.